evening. Please rise for the presentation of color and remaining your allegiance to the national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Remain standing for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, of the brave.
Thank you. Please be seated.
Great job. I'm going to pause for a few minutes, allow some folks to get on in. Good evening, parents, family members, faculty, staff, and distinguished guests. I'd like to particularly recognize representatives from our city manager, Mike Goodrum, deputy city managers, Melissa Heller and Cynthia Birdsell, fire chief and assistant city manager, Frank Babinek, Mayor Skip Campbell, Vice Mayor Lou Samaglia, and I believe commissioners in attendance, Larry Vignola and Joy Carter. Thank you so much. Regarding the individuals who join us on stage this evening, we offer a special welcome to our Commissioner Dan Daly, in addition to a special thank you to Mrs. Jody Robbins, Mr. Bruce Leibowitz, Jill Pepe, your guidance counselor, and Ms. Wanda Sanchez, along with our entire administration. I also want to welcome my beautiful wife and thank her for enduring me over all of these years. At this time, I ask that we pause for several moments of silence to honor those in our community of Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, and quite honestly, throughout this nation, and always keep their memories close to our heart. Now, it is my pleasure to welcome all of you to the Coral Springs Charter School commencement exercises for the class of 2018. Welcome, guys. So in my speech this evening, I wanted to provide you with four of my core beliefs that I've adhered to for the 16 years that I've been at this wonderful school. So yeah, I already know what the graduates are thinking here. I was only about 2, Mr. Springer. And yeah, I'm getting old, I realize that. But it's funny how every time at the end of the school year, I feel the elation and exhaustion of raising a child. Many of us do, and at this point right now, I always love to look out at all of you and soak in the sense of pride, knowing that you are about to cross this stage and symbolically move into the real world. As that sinks in, please give a round of applause to all of the faculty and staff that have worked so hard to make this a reality for each and every one of you. So my core beliefs: be accountable, be real, be loyal, and be kind. Be accountable. Be accountable for everything in your life and be better for it. If you screw up, make it right. If you didn't do your best, try harder. And if you fail to follow through, then follow up. And if you hold your grudge, get over yourself. Be real. Be real in all of life's interactions and relationships. Be true to who you are, and it will lift you up and in turn build stronger bonds, creating lasting friendships. Don't use social media to reveal your true self and act fake in front of others. The saying used to be to do the right thing even when nobody's looking. But in this day and age of social media, I want you to do this: do the right thing even when no one is following. Be loyal. Be loyal because it is a rare quality, and one day you will hope to earn loyalty from others. Remember that loyalty shouldn't be defined by a job or title. Don't blindly follow, but boldly commit to a higher purpose. You will reap the rewards of loyalty as those are defined by your perspective. And finally, be kind. Be kind to everyone, including yourself. Lend a hand to those in need. Reach out and lift up instead of walk over or put down. Learn to love yourself first, and in turn, you will love others and reap those benefits. It's amazing how much your reception changes when your perception changes. Be accountable, be real, be loyal, be kind. When I look at all of these four core beliefs, as one, I know I always have to work each day to accomplish these. When I look at this world in relation to the aforementioned core beliefs, I feel we're devolving as a society if we hold more value in the moment of expression versus a lifetime of actions. Long-term actions truly speak louder than words, and that is your challenge moving forward. Are you going to be remembered for how many likes or retweets or stories that you've had viewed? Or will you be remembered for more noble decisions and accomplishments that touch one's soul? Have courage to be called to do what you choose to do. not because of others, but because of yourself. Crawl out of the trenches of cynicism that are existing in this world. I am sending all of you my thoughts and prayers. And that's going to continue, quite honestly, till the day I leave this earth. Never underestimate the power of prayer. In this audience and amongst your classmates and community of Coral Springs Charter, it's taken much of that to get you through your approximate 18 years, and your family deserves a round of applause for that. Finally, live your life not for the headlines, but for the honor and humility of service. Your story has already begun, but the ending has yet to be written. Let this day end a chapter, and tomorrow begin many more. Best of luck and congratulations to all of you, class of 2018. With that, it's my pleasure to call up Catherine Ramjatan, Senior Class President. Ready?
Hello, parents, friends, honored guests, family, teachers, admin, and of course, the class of 18 to tonight's commencement ceremony. Like so many of you, my journey as president began as a way to appease my parents, who constantly told me to get involved. Yes, I'm talking about you, Dad. This somehow makes me qualified to speak before you tonight. Nonetheless, I am honored and thankful to all of you for giving me the opportunity to lead our class through our unforgettable journey. I'd like to take a moment to thank my parents and family for their support and encouragement throughout my entire life, especially my mom for being my biggest supporter, always offering to serve bagels whenever necessary. Without you guys, I wouldn't be standing here today. Behind every successful graduate is a team of dedicated people who invest their time and talents to help us succeed. I'd like to begin by thanking the leader of our school, our right-hand man, and the one so many of us call Gare Bear. Thank you for always believing in your students when others didn't, never failing to pick us up when we're down, and helping us learn from our mistakes. I hope we didn't make you lose your marbles. We'll carry the everlasting mark and memories made with and from you for life, like that time we wrapped your entire office in paper from top to bottom during Spirit Week. We're still not quite sure who unwrapped it. Next, I'd like to thank Miss Robbins, AKA J-Robs. Although you may have scared many before we knew you, quickly you became a role model of a strong leader. Every person should have the chance of meeting you at least once. Your caring and unquestionable dedication makes you the person you are. Thank you for all the countless calls out of class to talk about life and to laugh. You really showed us how to make an entrance at prom by getting stuck in the elevator and being escorted out by firemen. Don't worry, I took notes. Next, to my fellow officers, some of the hardest workers I know. When I mention you, can you please stand up? To the person who challenged me most, Christina Trejo, our vice president. Thank you for making me expand my horizons, serving alongside me for the past 3 years, and providing much-needed laughter behind the scenes. The dedication and love you have for your class is the driving force behind it all, and we were so lucky to have you. Our class treasurer, Victoria Helenas, she's over there. Thank you for all the countless hours spent after school doing deposits and teaching us to chill and wait. Your bubbly personality kept us going when we thought we couldn't do anymore. Mithun Monsoon Murari. You started as historian and were just so good we had to make you secretary. Thank you for all the time spent organizing prom and never letting me forget about the crepes. To our latecomer and much needed ray of light through our busiest time, Brad Lindstrom. Thank you for being Thank you for being the person we could always count on to do anything and making the best out of any circumstance. Now, to the greatest gifts our class has ever received, our advisors, Mrs. Coder and Mr. Carpio. Mrs. Coder, thank you for opening your arms to our crazy class and acting as our second mother, making sure we stayed on task and paid attention to all the fine details. For the past 2 years, we were always able to count on you to be at our side every step of the way. Through junior year's fashion show, Spirit Week, and prom, you guided us to ensure our success. Thank you for all the time spent in being the voice of reason between our high-functioning, dysfunctional family. The one and only Carpio. So cool, the Mr. is silent, unless we're calling you Mr. 305. You have been the fire beneath our butts for the past 4 years and never failed to point us in the right direction. You've shown your students the true meaning of hard work and dedication and given us a leader to look up to. No doubt these past 4 years have taught you patience. We'll miss your alter ego, Angry Carpio, never failing to provide us with a laugh. But guess what? He's back with one final message to the graduating class. If I had to pay $1 for every time I thought about how much I'm going to miss you guys, I'd owe about the same amount of money in reparations as Germany after the Treaty of Versailles. Don't worry, Mr. Carpio, we'll all miss you just as much. Thank you for investing so much time in us. We hope we've made you proud. Tonight, we finally enter the real world, armed with all the knowledge gained in school to prepare us, like stoichiometry, finding derivatives, and how to label every word in a sentence, you know, all things adults use in daily life. In the next few weeks, we'll all begin to make some big changes, as many of us will be attending college, leaving the familiar halls of charter behind. And while it's scary, it's also exciting and something we'll need to get used to because all things change. Like how in elementary school we had recess, and now we run laps around the school from Shank. When you begin to feel overwhelmed, rely on the past memories, like the dance we had after hosting the 8th grade formal, Taj ironing money on college toy, Shakur on top of the lockers after the crowning ceremony, we're still not sure how you got there, and our Powder Puff cheerleaders.
She was also a National Honor Society club member and vice president of events, where she volunteered and performed community services. I've had the absolute pleasure of having Samantha in French class for the past 5 years. Every year, I saw her more committed to succeed. She was the quiet force that no one saw coming. Her dedication to academics is phenomenal. If I had one word to describe her, it would be determined. She was never satisfied with just getting the grade. She always strived to succeed at every endeavor, to surmount every obstacle that confronted her, and to get the best grade she possibly could. She has accumulated a GPA of 5.26 during her time at Coral Springs Charter. I was so proud to receive the phone call when she shared the absolute best news that she had been offered a full 8-year scholarship for a program in liberal medical education at the very prestigious and Ivy League Brown University. She has accepted the offer and plans to attend Brown and major in biology. She is one step closer to fulfilling her dream of becoming a doctor. To her parents, Mr. and Mrs. Andera, you have done such a wonderful job raising this amazing young lady. She is beautiful, intelligent, educated, well-mannered, and funny. You must be so thrilled for her and of her accomplishments. She chose late-night studying, staying after school, taking part in clubs or school events, missing out on friends' parties, all to accomplish this goal, to make you proud. To her sister Barbara and her brother Isaac, she wanted to set an example for you and show you that when you set your mind to it, anything is possible. You all mean the world to her. Now, I have 2 wonderful daughters of my own, and I've always wanted a few more. Well, these past few years, Samantha, I've grown to respect you, admire you, and to love you as my own. And the fact that your college tuition is paid for makes you one of my favorites. Je t'aime. And now it is my great honor to congratulate and welcome our 2018 class salutatorian, Samantha Ndera.
Thank you, Madame Francis, for that beautiful introduction. Je t'aime beaucoup aussi. Okay. So, good evening, everyone. I can't fully express how honored I am to stand here tonight. But with your indulgence, I would like to thank everyone who made this possible. Thank you, God, for opening heaven's door and showering me with numerous blessings. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for giving me an immeasurable amount of love and success and support. Thank you, administration, for tirelessly working to make CSCS an overflowing place with academic and extracurricular opportunities. And thank you, teachers, for being more than educators. Thank you for caring about each and every one of us, making our time at CSC special. When I began my years at CSC as a tiny sixth grader, I thought graduation day was never going to happen. It was never going to come. I marveled at the class of 2018 sign and wondered how the heck I was going to make it then. I seriously thought 2018 was an eternity away, but look at the date now. It's here, and the class of 2018 is finally graduating. We are graduating, people. Regardless of what happened in our individual lives, I'm pretty sure we can all say these past 7 years have been a rough, tiring, but at the same time, the most precious journey of our lives. We've come so far and beaten so many odds. We've brought numerous state and district titles to the CSC trophy case, and even the marching band earned their first ever superior rating during our time. CSC has proven to be a place where we learn to find our voice and exert leadership, a place where we learn to be the best version of ourselves, a place that sparked a flame in us and helped us grow into fearless individuals, ready to take charge of the world and induce unprecedented change. When the tragedy at Marjory Stoneman Douglas occurred, I was not surprised by how our student body responded. We took immediate action to give aid, moral, and political support to the Never a Give movement. The leadership skills we acquired at school were immediately implemented to unite the city and bring about change. I am so proud of everyone that actively participated to bring justice to the 17 precious lives that were lost on February 14th, 2018. I truly believe this event was a pivotal point in our lives. It really made us grow up and realize our generation is powerful. We are able to see firsthand how far we can go when we work together. We are here to do no less than change the world for those who come after us. Never give up on that purpose. I know for the majority of us, a headstrong, assured personality was innate. I know that the concept of social injustice was not unfamiliar. However, I would like to recognize the impact our teachers had on us. I would like to recognize the immeasurable lessons that our teachers gave us, each of which will serve beyond our classroom years. To name a few, we had our lovely class advisor, Mr. Carpio, urging us to get political. He inspired us to be aware and use the power we have as U.S. citizens. Thank you. We also had people like Mrs. Goldsmith teach us the importance of staying kind and loving, while Mr. Singer taught us the virtues of carrying a pocket constitution can bring. I thank the Lord for putting us in a school where we were able to acquire these valuable lessons and meet these amazing educators. Thank you. Now, class of 2018, tonight we're embarking on a new journey, and I know for a fact that we will go far. We are not kids that simply follow the crowd and stay complacent with how things currently are. We're not kids that get stuck on what ifs, maybes. No, we're young adults that are fully aware of what's important. We're young adults that are not afraid to question and test authority or walk out when we know it's necessary. We're young adults that know the only way to accomplish our dreams is to get up and work on it. We know that to bring success and luck into our lives, we just have to take more chances, be more active, and be fearless. Don't be afraid of failure. Make failure fear you. So no matter where we end up after we walk down this stage and give our final handshakes as high school students, I know we will make a difference. Always remember to act the way you want to be represented in this world. Stand out everywhere you go. Remember, you're the one in charge of the life you have. Make it what you want it to be. Now, from the bottom of my heart, I will say congratulations, 2018 Panthers. We made it. So I just keep it.
With that, it is also my pleasure now to introduce Ms. Marissa Danino Fernandez to introduce our valedictorian.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight, it is my honor to introduce your class of 2018 valedictorian, Ms. Catherine Perez. I'd like to begin with someone else's words, actually, an excerpt from a poem that encapsulates Catherine's spirit, modernized with a little help from Ms. Caroline Martin. The American poet Douglas Malloch wrote, "Good timber does not grow with ease. The stronger wind, the stronger trees. The further sky, the greater length. The more the storm, the more the strength." Catherine is the strongest of trees. Throughout numerous and sometimes seemingly insurmountable obstacles, Catherine has remained steadfast and focused, maneuvering every challenge with grace. In addition to graduating at the top of her class, she has been a member of various clubs, including being the vice president of the Environmental Club and serving in many capacities with our band, most recently as woodwind captain and assistant drum major. As a sophomore, Catherine earned the highest grade in the school on a Cambridge exam, additionally earning a commendation for her ability to work with her peers. She has been volunteering with something called the Friendship Initiative every Saturday for years, making music with young people with disabilities. Not only has she attended every week, she has also developed meaningful relationships with many of them, even spending time with them outside of their designated sessions. Catherine also recently got a job, yet somehow never used it as an excuse to get out of her school commitments. In band, Catherine joined us relatively late, the summer before 9th grade, and is the only student I've ever had who has been able to simultaneously learn a new instrument and march. Despite having less experience than her peers, Catherine worked her butt off and quickly became the epitome of a model band member, participating in marching and jazz bands in addition to the school band class. She has participated in honor bands and this year earned a superior rating at both district and state solo and ensemble. She also plays the ukulele and has a lovely singing voice, winning the school talent show her freshman year. Yeah. For any student, these accolades would be impressive. For someone with Catherine's experiences, it is extraordinary. In the summer of 2015, I received news that Catherine's mother had passed away. I can't imagine being a teenager and experiencing such heartbreak and trauma. The first time I saw Catherine after hearing the news, I asked her if she was sure she wanted to keep participating in marching band, which is challenging even under normal circumstances. She told me she wanted to stay with us, and I'm so grateful she did, up until the moment you see her play the alma mater one last time with the band on stage tonight. Well loved by her peers, Catherine has an incredible group of friends who have stayed by her side through it all. I've kept a watchful eye on her too, and what I've learned is that Catherine is not merely a great student. She is resilient and she is fierce. She has poured herself into her studies and into our band program, and we are all better because of it. This year, when faced with new obstacles, she handled them in a way I think even adults would envy, with maturity beyond her years. Her dear friend, who happens to be the salutatorian, also wanted me to make sure to say that Catherine is exceedingly kind, but she is not a doormat. She has strong convictions and will always stand up for herself and for others, whether it be befriending a new student or marching in Washington, D.C. She is a quiet, unstoppable force. Ms. Parks adds that, although she is sometimes hesitant, Catherine always faces her fears head on, never letting them get the best of her. Every year, many students graduate with high grades and lots of extracurricular activities on their resumes, but sometimes I wonder, how will they fare in the real world? With Catherine, there's no question. Though I didn't know her, I can only imagine how proud Catherine's mother would be of everything her daughter has accomplished and how bright her future looks. Catherine, for whatever reason, immediately embraced me as her teacher, showering me with gratitude from the moment she joined band. It is going to be difficult for me next year without her and her friends yelling "I love you" at me every day, making heart shapes with their arms before leaving. Yet I hope Catherine knows that she has been such an incredible source of inspiration to me. I truly look up to her as someone with both a huge heart and strong spirit. Accompanying Catherine's senior yearbook photo was a quote from the movie Mulan. The quote reads, "The flower that blooms in adversity is the most rare and beautiful of them all." If that is the case, then Catherine is a most rare and beautiful soul. I am so thrilled and proud to introduce to you your class of 2018 valedictorian, Ms. Catherine Perez.
Thank you, Ms. Fernandez, for that lovely introduction. Teachers, administration, faculty, parents, guests, and fellow graduates, I am truly honored to be speaking to you today. First, I would like to thank everyone who has supported me and encouraged me throughout the years, like my family and friends, and the amazing educators, administration, faculty, and staff. All their efforts have made my success possible. Special shout out to my two favorite lunch ladies that always made sure I ate my salad. I'd like to thank my dad, Diego Perez, for always being my #1 fan. He always supports me in my endeavors, no matter how ambitious. Throughout the years, he constantly reminded me that the only person that could limit me is myself. So thank you, Jejo, for always pushing me to be my best. Last but not least, I'd like to thank and honor my biggest inspiration, my mom, Pilar Bayona. Her memory is what has motivated me for so long to be the best I could be. Even though she is not with us anymore and cannot physically be here to see me graduate, I know she will always be with me in my heart. But this isn't about me, this is about us. As our time at Coral Springs Charter comes to an end, we must envision our futures and how we will go along these paths of adversities and opportunities. We're all bound to experience hardships, but it is when you are most vulnerable that you find out your true character and your true friends. You never know your own inner strength and the strength of your relationships until you experience adversity. When my mother passed away, I thought I could never come back from it. I thought I was going to wallow in sadness for the rest of my life. I didn't see a reason to wake up in the morning because I could not feel my mother's warmth or hear her laugh or give her a hug. But one day, I was able to get out of the house, and I was able to go through a conversation without crying, and I was able to smile again. My friends and family went out of their way for me. They moved in with me for months so I wouldn't feel alone. They made me 4 pounds of pasta so I could eat my favorite comfort food for a week. And they took the time to make me feel loved. This sense of community helped me heal. I still feel the heartache, but I've pushed through and found out that my mom is my motivation. I then realized that I'm extremely driven and I'm willing to work a lot. Every time I think I can't go on anymore, I always give a little more. I also found out that I have the most incredible friends in the world that were willing to put their lives on hold to help me heal and to listen to me. An adversity we all faced as a community has been the tragedy at Marjory Stoneman Douglas. I ask that we put our politics aside and focus the effect this tragedy had on our generation. In the midst of horror and grief, we did what seemed impossible to generations past. The youth gave a damn. We finally stepped up and prepared ourselves to better the world we live in. We overcame our experiences by banding together. We connected emotionally, and some of us politically, and became open to a myriad of perspectives. It is diversity of thought that leads to an impassioned community, and from that community, leaders will arise. Our leaders will be dynamic and diverse. Even today, we can see how our image of a leader is changing. All the students giving speeches today at graduation are women, minority women. Never in CSCS history has this been the case. This is telling of a bigger truth. Our generation is influential. There's something about us growing up during a time of technological advancements that has given us the inherent ability to influence others. For example, who could have expected the audience you could reach with Snapchat, Instagram, or Twitter? What was once considered childish is not anymore. We innovate culture. But beyond that, we join together. We do not focus on what divides us. We do not let stereotypes or cliques limit whom we communicate with. We put forth all our strengths to form something better. So remember what we've learned at Coral Springs Charter and take it out into the world. Because once a Panther, always a Panther. Congratulations, class of 2018. Thank you.
It's my pleasure to bring up Ms. Robbins for some special recognition.
Don't tell anyone, but you are one of my favorite classes. Senioritis, a crippling disease that strikes high school seniors. Symptoms include a lack of studying, chronic repeated absences, or excessive naps in class, tried and true excuses, and a generally dismissive attitude. Other common symptoms include extreme laziness, an excessive wearing of old Spirit shirts, sweatpants, and Crocs. The only known cure is a phenomenon known as graduation. Many of you have been afflicted with senioritis as far back as your freshman year. Some of you appropriately waited to come down with it during your senior year, and some of you, well, we went several weeks without actually seeing you spend a full day in school. But two of you, managed to have perfect attendance every day since you started 6th grade at Charter. That is no small feat. So while you probably spread the swine flu or a stomach virus around the entire school, you still amaze us with your commitment and dedication to excellence, which landed both of you in the top 10% of your class. One of you is headed to UCF, and the other is headed to UF. Go Gators, where we know you will continue to achieve greatness. I would like to call up and extend my congratulations on behalf of the entire school to the class of 2018 Perfect Attendance Award recipients, Akash Samlal and Brian Delgado.
So are you ready? Enough of the speeches, right? All right, at this time, it is our pleasure to begin awarding of the diplomas.
Reed Ackerman. Daniel Ahmed. Shadi Akel. Chanel Almanzar. Kelly Alvarado. Anthony Alvarez. Aaron Amachi. Gabriela Amaral. Samantha Undera. Adari Andrade. Janelle Andrews. Alex Ardolph. Lauren Taylor Ashworth. Nicole Atai. Alessandra Avena. Aaron Banyard. Brandon Bedoya. Veronica Bello. Emily Burnett. Mitchell Bertizon. Brittany Bachacho. Andrea Blake. Thomas Blessing. Gianna Bacagno. Bianca Boeri. Paige Bowman. Brandon Bourne. Claudia Brodovich. Alexander Bueno. Olivier Cadet. James Cannon. Ashley Cardona. Kenzie Carson. Amanda Casares. Sofia Castellanos. Krista Castrogoviani. Maria Castro. Matthew Causey. Deanna Safali. Zachary Cerna. Robert Chambers. Jason Shandalal. Alexis Chin. Joshua Ching. Gabriel Cintron. Michael Clancy. Jonalee Concadora. Brian Conti. Rodrigo Correa. Casey Cristiano. Noah Darville. Stephanie Della Torre. Brian Delgado. Andrena Diaz. Marcella Dubs. Brooke Dunham. Jemima Duverne. Patrick Economou. Joseph Eisenbuchner. Lashana Escoffrey. Emily Estroff. Jacques Etienne. Patricia Exantis. Andres Fernandez. Eugene Claude Fiddery IV. Manuel Fornaris. Nicole Gaeta. Terrence Gajeter. Stefano Alexander Galeb. Jared Galindez. Talia Gallo. Jeremy Daniel Galvin. Ian Gamboa. Dylan Gandhi. William Garcia II. Jeremy Garcia. Anquan Garland. Chloe Gaspard. Michaelia Gale. Francesco Giraldo. Lucas Goyce. Yavuz Goku. Gianna Graffio. Alexis Greco. Devine Guzman Arango. Brianna Alexis Hartman. Nathaniel Harvey. Jack Helmer. Taj Hemmings Levy. Kyle Hendricks. Gabriela Hernandez. Giselle Hernandez. Luis Herrera. Emily Hitchcock. Jordan Horchak. Melissa Alanis Garcia. Francesca Ilsaint. Zachary Jackson. Rashana Jagru. Victoria Halinas. David Jameson. Ryana Jean Renee. Romina Joffrey. Lakyla Jones. Jessica Kaplan. Laura Kaplan. Sarah Caraco. Stone Michael Carroll. Kiara Kinsey. Jenna Catherine Clint. Juliana Coder. Joel Curian. Eliza LeBoy. Sophia Lagogiannis. Michaela Langan Cannon. Crystal Larson. Maria Laureano. Casey Laventure. Parker Lawrence. Tristan Lianza. Carolyn LeBreton. Tariq Lee. Charlie Lespier. Hannah Leibowitz. Bradley Lindstrom. Rachel Lippin. Chelsea Bree Loroff. Manuela Lopez. Thomas Lopez Jr. Ethan Lopez Novak. Edwin Luviano.
Brian Maldonado. Samantha Malone. Gabriella Marmol. Christina Martinez. Daniela Martinez. Serena Martin. Jonathan Maya. Brendan Page McEnroe. Carson McMichael. Keavian McNabb. Jada Miller. Jacqueline Molino. Larry Morales Ramirez. Jaquan Musignac. Mithun Marari. Craig Nagel. Danielle Nixon. You got it. Raven Noel. Isaias Noriega. Jose Francisco Obregon Valverde. Stephen Ormill. Sabrina Alexandra Ortiz. Rebecca Pacificar. I got it. Mackenzie Parker. Elise Patterson. Destiny Pearson. Brandon Peck. Emmanuel Perez. Catherine Perez. Nancy Perez. Claudia Perner. Amelia Pico Martinez. Huberto Pierre Louis. Nicholas Poblano. Isabel Poro. Anna Wally. Gwyneth Printer. Victoria Puerto. Jose Rabadan. Ana Maria Ramirez. Catherine Ramjatan. Jordana Rappaport. Matthew Ratner. Claire Rearer. Abelardo Riojas. Ariana Rios. Morgan Ritter. Hey. Francisco Rivera. John Rivera. Brian Rodriguez. Daniel Rodriguez. Dayron Rodriguez. Jovan Rodriguez. Manuela Rojas. Sebastian Rojas. Tony Rondi. Hannah Rudnick. Rodrigo Ruiz. Rebecca Russo. Emma Sainville. Tyler Salamone. Akash Samlal. John Sanchez. Jaden Santos. Nice. Valeria Cher Arazi. Lauren Segura. Lorraine Segura. Jordan Sepulveda. Katerina Sequeira. Yeah. Liam Shanley. Logan Shield. Amen. Kamal Schrouder. Angela Siclari. Erica Silva. Crystal Singh. Jonathan Alter Soberon. Shira St. Cyr. Victoria Stark. Brianna Stewerwald. Zachary Steins. Tristan Stratter. Jerica Swain. Brittany Sweeney. I got it. Fabrizio Tarnasali. Nailed it. Felipe Tarnasali. Jordan Taylor. Danielle Tillem. Landon Thomas. Lauren Torres. Paula Torres. Christina Trejo. Sarah Underwood. Cassie Yarutia. Nicole Utrera. I got it. Santiago Vallejo. Samantha Ann Van Helden. Jonathan Villalobos. Sarah Liz Virgins. Lindsay Walters. Shakur Williams. Casey Wojcik. Brady Wood. Tyler Yellett. Dawson Zepeda. Catherine Zorhoff. Victor Manuel Zombato.
It's my pleasure to introduce our encore for the singing of our schools and our band for the alma mater.
Will be ours one day. Catherine.
At this time, for the certification of your diplomas, it is my honor to bring to the podium here and introduce the Honorable City Commissioner, Dan Daly.
Class of 2018, you did it. The best thing that I have the honor to do as a member of the Coral Springs City Commission is be with all of you tonight. And you know why? Because you're important. You've heard so many times tonight that you're going to change the world, and I believe it. Why? Because your generation already is. So don't let anybody tell you any different. With that, ladies and gentlemen, please rise. On behalf of the mayor and the entire city commission, as city commissioner of the city of Coral Springs, I certify that these seniors have met all of the requirements set forth by Coral Springs Charter School, the school board of Broward County, and the state of Florida. By the power vested in me, I hereby declare the class of 2018 to be graduates of the Coral Springs Charter School. You may now turn your tassels to the left.
Congratulations, everybody. At this time, if the audience wouldn't mind being seated, please, and enjoy the recession. Graduates, congratulations. We'll see you backstage. Well, not a recession. Enjoy that, too. Thank you again for everybody being here, parents, families. Thank you for sending your children to Coral Springs Charter School. We're humbled. We love you all. And with that, this concludes the commencement exercises for 2018. Have a very, very safe evening.